Hello, everybody. I'm talking about the wonderful Sedona Vedic Astrology Conference from 20th to 25th of August in spectacular, beautiful, sublime Sedona, Arizona. Uh, it is being organized by Dr. Dennis Hannes and Kasanati. It's a wonderful location with great speakers. The conference itself is called the Nine Jewels of the Lotus. And I am fortunate to be one of the jewels, but there are some great speakers. There's going to be Joni Patri, Dr. Dennis Hannes, Shambhavi, Dr. Arjun Pai, and Kasanati, of course, himself, Dr. Hannes. It's a wonderful conference. It's not just a conference, it's an experience when you go and drive into Sedona with the beautiful red rocks. I'm dressed in red today to honor Sedona, and the program is so well organized. It's been happening there. The Vedic astrology conferences have been happening there since 1990s. And this tradition is being continued by Kasanati. And I think it's very important that we support it and we are there if you can make it. Otherwise, you can also join via online, because online is also very good, just as useful. And you see, the way the conference is done, each day is a full workshop masterclass on different subjects. And so you'll not only experience a little bit, but you'll experience the whole knowledge from one teacher. But then there are programs in the morning, evening. I am going to be doing a workshop on the personal Panchanga. So Panchanga is the 5 limbs of the day and how they impact you. So the 5 limbs are the dina, the day you're born. You cannot imagine how important that is. Then nakshatra, your moon nakshatra, all the dashas come out of it. Then we have karana, tithi. Karana is also can be studied for what is the right profession for you. Tithi for relationships, for emotional connection, for auspiciousness, and yoga for protection. So how this actually impacts you in your chart, that is going to be my workshop. The website, and you can get detail. The full schedule is there. And especially now, it is a special offer. You can get 10.8% off and use my name, Komilla 108, KOMILLA 108. That is your discount code, and you can get to know. And, you know, Sedona is a star in itself. It is so spectacular. And then the conference will also have evening music. Then number of the senior astrologers, everybody's senior, they really are going to talk about 2026. What can we expect? What is going to happen? They are going to be looking at different aspects. And there is a puja by Pandit Samavedula. He will do a Navagraha puja. And then there's music night and a banquet. And and then I think Dennis's wife, she's going to talk about Sacred Sedona. Laura Harness, she's going to. So there's just so packed full that you won't have time to think more than just Jyotish. And it's not only very knowledgeable, it is also great fun. And you'll be meeting like-minded people and other astrologers, both senior and the greatest pleasure is really to meet people with the same mind and meet friends and make new friends. And I'm ever so grateful to Dr. Dennis Harness and Kasanati to arrange these in-person conferences. And you see, now very few in-person conferences are taking place because everything has gone online. And to also cater to that, Dennis and Kasanati have decided that you can also join the conference online. So there is no excuse. So do go immediately to Sedona Vedic Astrology Conference.com and put the code Komilla 108. And I hope you can join us. Plus, we had a little YouTube talk, Kasanati, Dennis, Joni, and myself, and I'm going to share that with you. So do listen on.
Namaste and welcome, everyone. I'm so ecstatic right now because I'm with some of my dearest respected colleagues and friends here to discuss the 2025 Sedona Vedic Astrology Conference, Parashara's Nine Jewels of the Lotus. I'm here with Dr. Dennis Harness, Joni Patry, and Komilla Sutton. We're so excited. Welcome all.
Namaste.
So we have a lot to cover today because we're going to preview some lectures and give everyone who's, either already coming to the conference or thinking about coming to the conference a little bit about what to expect in August. Again, the dates are August 20 to the 25th. It's going to be held in Sedona at Sedona Conscious Living Center, which is just a couple hours away from the Phoenix airport. So you fly right into Phoenix. And I was hoping our beloved host, Dr. Dennis Harness, could tell us a little bit about what the Conscious Living Center is like.
Yeah, it's run by a woman named Sonia, and she's just a lovely lady. She's had the center, I think, for now almost a decade, and it's the subtitle is Conscious Living Made Simple. And so she goes for profound simplicity, but she's real excited about hosting us for 6 days. I think this is the longest gathering she's ever had at her center. And it's this beautiful center with a lot of Hindu and Buddhist art and just real classy kind of place. And the room that we'll have for the meetings will seats about 110, 120 people at max. So we've been advertising that we have room for 108 attendees. So we're already, we're up to over 60 now. People have already registered. So we're pretty much at 60%, now. So if you have any students that you really want to have them come, just tell them to get signed up soon. Otherwise, they'll have to attend through Zoom. So there's that aspect. The room has a really state-of-the-art AV system so that we're also going to be able to show the whole conference through Zoom. Or actually, you're doing it through Vimeo, right?
Correct.
Vimeo rather than Zoom. Kashanti can maybe tell you a little bit more about that. But it's just an incredible center, and we have the whole center. So there's several rooms. There's rooms for Ayurvedic treatments. There's rooms for massage therapy. There's even a room for anyone that wants to do private consultations with their clients there. And there's a chapel, and it's quite something. I think you'll love it. You'll love it there.
Awesome. Yeah, it's beautiful. Dr. Harness and I were there in November, December, looking at different places, and we saw it. We knew right away, this is the spot. And so I want to tell you a little bit about the conference. Again, the website's vedicastrologysedona.com, and you'll see all the links here in the comments and descriptions of the video. But I just want to take you a little bit through the schedule so you can get a taste of what to expect. And so the first day is Joni's day. So Joni's going to be doing lecturing in the morning on an intro to Jyotish, and in the afternoon on the outer planets. So Joni, I would love for you to tell us a little bit about what to expect from your lectures.
Good. Well, thank you. Well, the foundation of Jyotish is going to be in the morning, and what a perfect time to start out so that everyone can fill in all the empty gaps that maybe they're missing with understanding how to read the chart. So, of course, I'm going to cover the planets, the signs, the houses, bhavas, Rashi, and of course, Drishti. So, we're going to cover all the basic fundamentals that everyone needs to be able to get through this whole conference, to be able to understand. So I'm going to be making sure that everyone understands the basis of Vedic astrology. And then I'm going to be talking about the outer planets. And in Vedic astrology, traditionally, the outer planets have not been used, but I found a way to use them where it doesn't destroy the perfection of the Vedic chart, which, of course, when we use the outer planets, they don't rule houses or signs, but they influence generations of people because they move so slow that actually people that are born in certain generations with these outer planets have certain characteristics. And it really does make the generations who they are. And then again, what I say that they're all about is really the collective unconsciousness. And as these outer planets go into particular signs, they really do change the consciousness and awareness of the masses of people on Earth. And when they were discovered, particularly like when each of the outer planets were discovered, what came into being on Earth was actually what they represent, such as when Uranus came into discovery. That's when we got the revolution of the cotton gin and things that happened that started to be more machine-like. And so that was the Industrial Revolution. Then we had Neptune's discovery. And Neptune deals with illusion that seems real. And photography came in and silent movies around that time. Then we had Pluto's discovery. When Pluto was discovered, that brought in things that transformed and changed the world. And unfortunately, that dealt with nuclear energy. So as these things come in, this was kind of how these planets acquired their meanings. And it's always that hindsight is 2020. So we really don't really understand what they meant at the time. But looking backwards, we all understand it now. And last but not least, these outer planets do influence other planets in our birth chart, such as if you have Uranus conjunct Venus, that would mean the planet of change and transformation could have an effect on your love life. So we're going to look at world predictions using the outer planets by going backwards and seeing where they were before. Therefore, we're going to know at some level what they could create in the future, as well as how they affect us personally in our birth charts.
Wow, that's incredible, Joni. I'm so excited that you're going to be there on Wednesday, starting things off, leading us off there, and it's going to be great for all of us to be together.
I agree. I miss seeing everyone. This is a family.
100%. So after Joni's lectures on Wednesday, Charlotte from 7 to 8 is going to be doing a little Vedic poetry, some Sanskrit poetry from 7 to 8. And then 8 to 9:30, Dr. Harness's wife, Laura Harness, is going to be doing a beautiful Exploring Sedona's Sacred Landscapes, because, you know, one of the most magnificent things about this conference is it's in Sedona, where it's an energetic vortex. And Dr. Harness's wife is going to be explaining this in detail. And we have these Sedona exploration breaks put into our schedule. So you'll have all this information to be able to take out into the Red Rocks after Wednesday. So then on Thursday, Komilla is going to be teaching a 4-part class on Panchanga. I would love to hear for you to tell us a little bit about that, Komilla ji.
You know, it's a great pleasure for me to come to Sedona. And I've been coming to Sedona for the Vedic Astrology conferences since the 90s. And it's so nice that Kasanati and Dennis, that you have again started the conferences after a few years of hiatus, and we are going to visit. So I just want to tell people who haven't been to Sedona that Sedona itself is a wonderful setting for a highly spiritual conference. And so don't miss this chance to be there. And then each of the speakers is speaking on the day itself. And my topic is on Panchanga. And Panchang is the 5 limbs of the day. But what I'm going to focus is on how that affects you in your birth chart, because it's something like the atmosphere the chart lives in. Just like our conference atmosphere is going to be Sedona. So the setting of our conference is Sedona, which is fabulous. In our charts, we have the Panchang, which is the setting of the chart, and the light that we receive from the sun and moon. And it gives us the ability to see ourselves, see our chart. And the 5 limbs are the day you're born, and the day is subdivided into the hour you're born. These are very important factors, and what are the planets that rule them, and has a say in your personality, in your health, in your energy factor. Then the Tithi, the lunar day, which has a say in relationships, in your feel good factor, how you feel. Nakshatras, you've studied nakshatras a lot, and nakshatras is our thinking, our ideas, but nakshatra is more than that. It is how the soul's journey unfolds. So through the dasha system, in Panchang, we are only interested in the moon's nakshatra, because it's all about the mind and the moon. And then we have Karana, which is half a solar day, which also has a say in your career and what you're going to do with your life, how you're going to. Karan means to act, so how you're going to act on things. And finally, there's the daily yoga. Every day the yoga changes. And this is about how the yoga protects you, because yoga is the overall ruler is Jupiter, so how we feel protected about it. So over the day, I'm going to explain all that and show you how it interacts with you. And I am super excited coming to Sedona and meeting all the Sangha and people. And again, thank you for organizing it.
Komilla, thank you so much for that preview. And I wanted to mention Komilla is also our keynote speaker this year. Her keynote lecture will be on Friday evening. So we're very excited to honor you this year, and all the work that you've done in Jyotish throughout your life, Komilla ji.
Thank you, Kasanati.
Also in the evening on Thursday, the 4 of us plus Charlotte Benson are going to be together. We're going to be doing a world predictions panel where myself, Joni, Komilla, and Charlotte Benson are going to be discussing some different world predictions hosted by our beloved Dr. Harness. So that should be exciting for us to be collaborating together like that.
Mm-hmm.
So then Friday, we're going to be having Dr. David Frawley, Vamadeva, and Shambhavi Yogini are going to be doing a Vedic counseling 4-part series with a lot of, remedial measures integrated into it as well. And we're also having our opening ceremony on Friday night, which will be started off by a Navagraha Puja led by Pandit Samavidula, a discussion of the faculty by Dr. Harness and I, and then a keynote lecture by our lovely Komilla Sutton. And Saturday, Dr. Arjun Pai, that's going to be his day on Shani Day. And in the morning, we have a Navagraha Yagya happening, as well as a Cosmic Healing 4-part series by Dr. Arjun Pai. And then in the evening on Saturday, we're having a vegetarian banquet and a kirtan with Ananda Das, a famous local kirtan artist. And then Sunday, we have Eve Mendoza, who's going to be doing a 4-part series on the power of the number 9, bringing a little bit of integration between Vedic numerology and Jyotish. And Dr. Harness, after that, is going to be doing an hour lecture on one of his specialties, which is Vedic astrology and transpersonal counseling. Could you give us a little preview for that, Dr. D?
Go. Yeah, because, Vamadev is going to be lecturing on counseling skills on Friday. So I think what I'm going to be able to offer and add to that is what I call kind of some of the pitfalls in practice. One of them is I'm going to go through some of the difficult client styles that we encounter. And this will especially be good for astrologers that are really starting to focus even more and more on their practice. We'll also talk about the astrologer's shadow, some of the challenges in the consulting room for the astrologer themselves in terms of their own psychological and personality issues that may get in the way of presenting their material, and the importance of always leaving the client with a sense of faith and optimism and hope, and rather than fear. And I know, Krishnanandi, you're doing your conference in November through Vimeo, and that one of the themes of that is around the issue of fear. So maybe you can comment on that. Just curious what your focus is on that.
Yeah. So in November, the Parashar conference, which is towards the end of November, Dr. Harness, who we had a keynote interview last year where we, really discussed that the future of Jyotish, we want to take away some of the stigma of fear, because we know that, and Dr. Harness will discuss this in his lecture, that some people come to Jyotish with Jyotish PTSD, which mean they're scared from their experience with Jyotish, from doom and gloom experiences. So we just want to take some of those kind of more challenging issues and paint a light on it, whether it's Rahu or Saturn or the Dusthana houses, and just take some of these more challenging issues and talk about a therapeutic approach of looking at it from the other side of the glass too. So the dispelling of fear in Jyotish, Dr. Harness and I feel strongly that, there's some work to be done there as practicing astrologers, right, Dr. D?
Yeah, I call it good chart side manner.
We're gonna be giving full metaphysicals.
That's right. I'm to Sedona. Some of my clients always ask, how much is it for a complete metaphysical? And then also the other, actually, even my manicurist reads palms. So, everybody's, and of course, people that work on your automobile are karma mechanics. Anyway, enough of my jokes. Okay, we'll move on.
Perfect. So then on Sunday night from 7:30 to 9:30, we're going to be having a little Kirtan Sanskrit Bhakti dance party with Prema Bhakti Kirtan, who's the nephew of Durgadas David Newman. He's going to be doing one set of traditional Kirtan music, and then one set which is going to be like an ecstatic dance, electronic Sanskrit dance party where everyone could kind of let loose a little bit. And then on Monday morning, he's going to be teaching a Power of Mantra and the Power of Sanskrit workshop, helping people have at-home kirtan practices and chant practices in their home. And then on Monday, I'll be presenting, doing the Dharma of the 27 Nakshatras through Shruti. Komilla knows at her Young Talents Conference, I did a Dasha Metamorphosis via Shruti. And that's my style of teaching now, is to honor the ancient ways and leave PowerPoints and handouts and written pens and papers out of it, and just have a straight spirit session where we tap into these higher frequencies and these higher energies and channel what these nakshatras are going to be trying to tell us. So I'm going to go into a little bit of a trance, late Sunday night into early morning, no cell phones, no interaction. And then we're just going to be hanging out, and we're going to tune into the 27 nakshatras. And like Komilla said, these are what our soul goes through. These are our soul's lessons. And we're going to be trying to tune into these nakshatras to see what soul lessons they have to impart on us. 27 nakshatras in 4.5 hours is a lot to cover, but with spirit on your side, nothing to worry about. So we should be in good shape. So that's our, we'll have a closing ceremony on Monday. And, it's just 6 days of nonstop Jyotish, Sangha, teachings, community, kirtan. We're a vegetarian banquet, the beauty of Sedona. I mean, words can't describe my excitement. And I'm just so honored and grateful, to be on the giants of shoulders of giants like yourselves, to be able to co-host this with Dr. Harness this year and to facilitate this in Sedona. I'm so grateful, and thank you all for joining this year.
And Kasanati, you're the future of Jyotish in USA. So we want the young people to be there and to be taking us into a good direction as well.
Agree.
I wanted to acknowledge my daughter Arya, who started taking the online program, and she's on to module 6.
Oh, wow.
Planetary yogas. So anyway, she's doing great, and she's only 22. So I think there is hope, like with Kashanati and a lot of this younger generation coming up, that I think will surpass all of us, in their knowledge and wisdom.
Yeah, because I told Arya, as soon as she's ready, she's lecturing. So I'm ready to get her in there.
That is wonderful.
Yes.
So again, for everyone, VedicAstrologySedona.com. If you're watching this video, you probably have a chance to get a registration pass, but not for very long, because we expect to be sold out by probably halfway through July, if not sooner. So great opportunity to join now. VedicAstrologySedona.com. Still until July 1st, there's a discount going on. So we hope you'll join us in Sedona in August.
Thank you.
Thank you. Namaste. Thank you,
Namaste.
everybody.